Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is day 6 of my journey to learn Japanese, and the point of this stream is to share my journey, going from a complete beginner to hopefully something much more. Now, I actually streamed earlier today, but I'm feeling a bit ambitious, I'd like to study a bit more, so let's get started with that. So I'm here on LingoCommand.com. This is an app that I spent the last year or so building. And actually, between the streams, I added a bit of extra content. So in previous videos, I actually, sorry, let me just set up these configs for the stream. There we go. Okay. So, I think the easiest way to demonstrate this point is to just show it via an example. So if we go to the Japanese reading and listening comprehension section on LingoCommand, and let's say we put English text over here, we put hiragana and katakana with spacing over here, and we look at a sentence view. So what I'm looking for is this sukuon. It's a half-sized tsu. See if I can come up with a good example. So sukuon. What we can do is we can just search for this, Control F, search. There we go. So for example, here we have this word. This is botou. Now you see this little tsu mark, but it's actually half-sized. That means that you don't pronounce this tsu. In fact, it is basically saying you need to have a little pause before you say to, this next hiragana character. This actually gives it a double consonant sound, and it tells you to have like a brief pause. And as you can see here, there are already like 6 different instances, five hiragana, 1 katakana instance of this tsu being used. So if you're learning Japanese, you're gonna come across this all the time. So what I did was in the writing system section under hiragana, there's now a 4th lesson, because I thought this is worth adding, right? It keeps coming up. So basically this small tsu called sokuon is a Japanese symbol for a short pause or double consonant sound. And you can think of it as a beat of silence that makes the next consonant sharper and longer. So I've got 2 examples here. So
来て、来て、
so this just means like come here. And then this one,
切って、
do you hear that pause? Kite. That pause, it's basically the same word, but or like the same sound, but because of that pause, one means come, one means stamp. And so it shows how important this pause can be, like, and how much it can change the meaning of a word. And indeed, this tsu mark doesn't make a sound itself. It just tells you to pause briefly and make the next consonant, like to say that more strongly. And there's basically the exact same bit of theory regarding katakana. But here, yeah, it's tsu again, half-size tsu, but in the katakana script. And we've got 2 examples here.
ポスト、
And
ポケット、
there we go. So you can hear the poketo. There's that pause. Whilst here,
ポスト、
posto, there's no pause. It was a lot harder to find an example for katakana where it's like basically the exact same sounds, but with the tsu or no tsu. So this is about as close as I could find. So that's that. Then one other thing is, if we go to vocabulary, I noticed that the other day when I was doing colors, yellow was not there. So yellow is kiro,
黄色、
kiro.
黄色、
So I've added that. And then also for numbers, I've added 0.
0、0、丸、
There are 3 different ways to say 0 in Japanese. So with those points out of the way, I think what I'd like to do is look at my vocabulary scores and see what to do next. So why don't we do animals? And I've done this before a while back when I was like testing my app. So I actually might remember this slightly better than normal. And my goal here is to learn this vocabulary in hiragana and katakana. I could do it like this with the kanji, but I think it's gonna come later. What I'd like to do for now is just increase my vocabulary. Katakana or kanji is mainly for, reading and writing comprehension. So I'm just gonna hold off on that for now. So sheep is hitsuji.
羊、
Rabbit is usagi.
うさぎ、
Fish is sanaka. Sanaka.
魚、
There we go. Okay, so I kind of remembered the word and just stopped reading because obviously this is ka, right? So it's not sanaka, it's sakana. Neko.
猫、
Niwatori.
鶏、
Ushi.
牛、
And this one is buta.
豚、
And this one is inu.
犬、
Uma is horse.
馬、
And this is tori.
鳥、
Now, one thing that I'd like to point out is chicken is niwatori and bird is just tori. And so I don't think this is a coincidence, right? A chicken is a type of bird. So I'm guessing niwa, I don't quite know what that prefix means, but it's, a type of bird. Like niwatori is chicken, bird is tori. So that might help you remember some of this vocabulary. But in any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do the quiz. So I'm going to get the questions in English, and the expected output is, so there are different ways you can test yourself with the expected output. So for example, this is hitsuji. This is usagi, sakana. So this is using romaji. But if we refresh the quiz and we put hiragana and katakana, if I now put hitsuji, it's going to say, that's wrong because it's expecting my answers in hiragana and katakana. So what we can do here is we can go and select the hiragana writing system. I've got a tutorial on my YouTube channel how to set that up so that you can type hiragana, katakana, kanji, all that. If you're on a Mac device, if you're on Windows or some other type of operating system, just search on YouTube or on Google for the corresponding tutorial. Having said that, if I now type H and I get the character hit, tsu, ji. Okay, so that's correct. So one more time. So if I'm typing like the letter U here, and I get the hiragana character U, sa. So I just type S, A, and then I get sa, the hiragana character sa, usagi. Now, this is the character ki, but then because of the dakuten mark on top, it becomes gi, usagi. Now, let's try and see how well I do on this. Sa, ka, na. What is cat? Cat is neko. Chicken is tori. All of that talk to get this wrong, but that's fine. This is ushi, right? So chicken is niwatori and bird is tori. This is buta. This is inu. This is uma. And bird is tori. So got 90% there. That's not bad. And yeah, I just want to reiterate, because I've studied this already a little bit when I was like building the app. This would have taken me a bit longer if this was my first time doing it. So I'm just gonna keep going until I get 100%. So this is sa, ka, na, he, tsu, ji, uma, buta. So what I'm doing here, for those of you that have just joined the stream, essentially I'm doing Japanese vocabulary. I'm testing myself on animals. And over here I've got English as like the question, and the expected output is hiragana and katakana. So for example, bird is tori. Now you might be wondering, how am I typing hiragana here? And well, the way I'm doing that is on Apple, you can set your keyboard configurations in such a way that you can type in different alphabets. On my YouTube channel, I've got a tutorial on how to do that on a Mac. But yeah, basically I've got this hiragana set up. And so if, like for example, dog, right? That's inu. So if I type in the actual letter I for the European alphabet, this keyboard is now mapping it to the hiragana character I. And then if I type N, it doesn't actually translate it yet, because there are 6 different options. If you remember how the hiragana alphabet works, it's na, ni, nu, ne, no, and then there's N. So there are 6 different options. If I then add U, now it's NU, nu, so it chooses it selects the hiragana character. So we can save this. That's correct. We go to the next one. U, sa, gi. The next one is ni, wa, tori. Cat is ne, ko. Is that right? Cat is ne, ko? Yeah. And then this is u, shi. So yeah, what we have here now is like we've completed this quiz. We got 100%. So we can save this quiz result and go to our Japanese dashboard. So for the beginner level topics, we've now got 100% for animals. And so I think the next thing I'm going to do is, yeah, why not try days of the week? So for days of the week, if we uncheck random ordering, we get them in chronological order, or in the standard format: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if I select hiragana and katakana here, let's see what we get. So this is getsuyobi.
月曜日、
Ka kyobi? No, kayobi. This is great. So because this yo is full size, there's no hiragana yun combination going on here. So this is kayobi,
火曜日、
suiyobi,
水曜日、
mokuyobi,
木曜日、
kinyobi.
金曜日、
Saturday is doyobi.
土曜日、
And this is nichiyobi.
日曜日、
So as you may have noticed, right, if I switch to Romaji for a second, there's like a suffix, like there's a end part of these days of the week. It's all yobi, 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 yobi. So I guess the only thing I've got to remember is just this getsu, ka, sui, moku, kin, do, and nichi, the front. And I think actually the best way to do that is to swap the languages. So we're going to go, basically we're going to go straight to the quiz. But we're going to slowly increase the difficulty of the quiz. So for now, I'm translating Japanese into English, which I find a tad easier. I'm going to start there. And then once I've built up some confidence and I've got 100% on that, then I'm going to move over to going from English to Japanese. So we're going to switch back to the British, standard European alphabet for writing. So here we have Getsuyobi. Now actually I have no idea what day that is. Let's see. Is that Tuesday? Oh, it's Monday. So here's another thing, right? So we've not selected random ordering, which means if I can spell properly, these questions kind of become a moot point because they're in the standard order. So if we press random ordering, now actually you have to know Japanese to sort of be able to translate, right? Because here we have kayobi. So perhaps that's Thursday? Okay, Tuesday. Now I may have underestimated this. I'm actually gonna spend a minute or so trying to remember all of this. So if I what I can do is say I'm gonna break this down in a bit silly, but I'm just gonna do the first 3 words. So this is Getsuyobi is Monday, then it's Kayobi, and then it's Suiyobi. Okay. Supply random ordering. Swap the languages. Suiyobi is Wednesday. Getsuyobi is Monday. Kayobi is Tuesday. Then we're gonna go back to study. We're gonna undo random ordering, and we'll just select 2 more. So we'll add Thursday and Friday. Then we're gonna hide the rest. So Thursday is Mokuyobi, and this is Kinyobi. Okay. So we apply the quiz. Apply random ordering. Kayobi was... Is that Tuesday? Mokuyobi is Thursday. Suiyobi is Wednesday. Kinyobi is Friday. And then Getsuyobi is Monday. Fantastic. So what we can do now is we can just say let's try all 7 days of the week. Go back to the quiz, uncheck and recheck random ordering, so get a new fresh scrambling of the questions. Nichiyobi, is that, we haven't had that one yet, so it's either Saturday or Sunday. Nichi, Sunday. Okay, Nichiyobi. Kinyobi is Friday. Doyobi. We haven't had that one, so this must be Sunday. Sorry, no. Saturday. Suiyobi is Wednesday. Kayobi is Tuesday. Getsuyobi is... What is Getsuyobi? Oh, that's Monday, isn't it? Monday. And then Mokuyobi is Thursday. That ain't half bad. So we'll save that for now. But I'm not going to go to the Japanese dashboard. Instead, I'm just going to uncheck, recheck this, and go again. Keep going until I get 100%. So, 土曜日 is Saturday, because 日曜日 is Sunday. Mm. 月曜日 is Monday. 木曜日 is Thursday. 火曜日 is Tuesday. 水曜日 is Wednesday. 日曜日 is Sunday. And 金曜日 is Friday. Fantastic. We'll save that. Sure, let's take a look. Now, one thing I want to point out here is that these are my grades when I'm translating from Japanese to English. If I uncheck this, it's showing me all of my grades the other way around. So I think the hardest one is when you go from English to Japanese. So that's what we're going to try and optimize for. And so I want to do days of the week as a quiz, where the questions are in English and the answer is going to be in Japanese. So I'm going to go back to hiragana. Getsuyobi. Where did I go? Where did I go wrong? Getsuyobi. Ah, okay. Nothing to worry about. I had the setting here as romaji, so I was expecting the answer in romaji, not in hiragana and katakana. So we're gonna refresh this. We're gonna apply random ordering to kind of permute the questions. Wednesday is suiyobi. Saturday is... Oh, this is tough because Nichiyobi is Sunday. Doyobi I think is Saturday. Friday was Kinyobi. This was sloppy, right? I essentially got it right, but I think I've got like a half-sized yo there. Missed the U. So just gotta slow it down a little bit. So Monday, Getsuyobi. Tuesday is... this is tough. Yeah, Getsuyobi, Suiyobi. I think this was like Mokuyobi. That was Thursday. This is Nichiyobi. So now the real question is, what's this one? Mokuyobi, Kaiyobi. What that one? Suiyobi, Dokuyobi, Kinyobi, Getsuyobi, Mokuyobi, Nichiyobi. Was there something like Kaiyobi? That ain't great. We'll save it and just stay on this page. This is Kaiyobi. Okay. So there's no E. And I once again forgot the U sound in yobi. But that's fine. We're gonna just reply random ordering. This is get su yo bi. Thursday is mo ku yo bi. Tuesday is ka yo bi. Wednesday is... what's Wednesday? Suiyobi. This is kin... oh. Kin yo... Kinyobi. Fantastic. This is ni, chi, yobi. And Saturday is doyobi. Cool, that's 100%. We'll save that. Not quite ready to go to this dashboard. What I really want to do is do a couple of reps of just like saying the days of the week in order. So, Getsuyobi, Kayobi, Suyobi, Mokuyobi, Kinyobi, Doyobi, Nichiyobi. All right, one more. Getsuyobi, Kayobi, Suyobi, Mokuyobi, Kinyobi, Doyobi, Nichiyobi. One more time. Getsuyobi, Kayobi, Suyobi, Mokuyobi, Kinyobi, Doyobi, Nichiyobi. Okay, that's good enough for now. So if I go to my performance dashboard, I guess I can start taking a look at this list here, family. Okay. So one thing that I know with Japanese family members is that it's a bit tricky because I think depending on how formal you are, you give them like the wording changes. So if I look for what is uncle, now isn't that something? So because I've got the hiragana and katakana writing system switched on here on my keyboard, that's what I'm now typing into Google. So I've changed that back to just European alphabet. What is uncle in Japanese? Let's see what comes up. Family members in Japanese vocab list. See what comes up. Uncle. Oh, it comes up once. Wow, would you look at that? So it is indeed a bit more complicated because turns out you've got 4 different ways of saying father. If you're talking about someone else's father, it's otosan. If it's your dad, it's otosan. Your family, formal is chichi. And then, God, that's complicated. I might have to, so I actually built this app, so I might have to go back, make some adjustments to this. So put that on pause for now. I'll make sure to get that fixed soon. But maybe we'll just skip that for now. Perhaps a bit cheeky, but I can start doing some verbs. If I could learn this list of verbs, now that would be something. So How am I going to go about it? I think what I'll do is I'll select the first 5 words, hide the rest, go to hiragana and katakana, go to the quiz, and I'm going to test myself going from Japanese to English. It's always a bit easier. Apply random ordering. And actually, I think this is very beneficial because, once you know some verbs, like it really unlocks what you're able to say in the language. So this is suro. Or is it suru? Suru. Not suru. What could that be? Suru. To see? To do. Iru is to see. Is to be. Tsukuru is to find. I'm just making complete guesses, right? So I haven't actually studied this yet. But my approach is I like to start failing as soon as possible and then make progress from that point. So this one is aru, to eat. Motsu is to drink. Okay. So suru is to do. Let's try this again. We're gonna apply random ordering. Aru was to be temporary. To be permanent. Okay. Iru is to be temporary. Suru is to do. Tsukuru is to have. Wait, this is motsu. Motsu is to have. And then tsukuru is to eat. To make. God. Let's quickly go back. Undo random ordering. I see. I think also this list, it's not necessarily in alphabetical order. I think the idea was it's in order of how frequently it's being used. So to be in temporary and to be permanently obviously are some of the most used verbs. It's like is in English. So that's fine. What we're going to do is we're just going to go back to the quiz and go again. So iru. Iru and aru, they do sound similar. So they're both to be. If is in first place, so I'm trying to come up with a mnemonic, a little memory device in order to remember the order of these, so that I can distinguish between which one is to be temporary and which one is to be permanent. So aru is, the difference here is the first letter, right? This is I, this is a. So aru, a is the first letter in the European alphabet. So it's in first place, that's as permanent. E is, fifth place, it's temporary. Does that make a lot of sense? Perhaps not, but that's how I'm going to remember it. So iru and aru. And then motsu, suru, and tsukuru.
Tsukuru.
Tsukuru. So the emphasis is on the ku. Tsukuru. So if I go to the quiz, apply random ordering. Suru is to do. Aru. So is first in the European alphabet. So it's to be permanent. And then this is to be temporary. Tsukuru is to I always get this one wrong. This is to have motsu. So what could this one be? To watch? To make. To make. Tsukuru. It's tough. I'm just gonna do it one more time. So this is aru is to be permanent. Where did it go wrong here? Wow. I'm just, that doesn't say aru, that says suru. So just gonna continue. This is to make. Tsukuru. This is to be temporary. This is to have. This is to be permanent. Refresh. Apply random ordering one more time. This is mo tsu. Got it. Perhaps I'm a bit more tired than I thought, but that's okay. Tired or not, you can still always lock in. So this is iru. That means this is to be temporary. Put a space there. Suru is aru is to be permanent. Tsukuru is to make. Motsu is to have. So this is to do. Okay. Finally got the first 5 right. Bit of an adventure. If we undo swap languages, we undo random ordering and uncheck hide unselected words. I think what we can now do is we can add 5 more. Then we can hide the unselected words and to be able to is dekiru. Dekiru. To say or to tell is iu. To go is iku. To see is miru. And to give is azeru. Azeru.
あげる、
Oh, that's completely wrong. This is not an s, this is k. So this is ageru. Ageru. Let's wing it. So if I apply random ordering, ageru is to give. Aru is to be permanent. Motsu is to make, to have. Dekiru don't remember. Just gonna put a question mark. To be able to. Tsukuru is to what was that? That one's to make. Miru is to see. Iu is don't know. To say or to tell. Iru is to be temporary. And this one is suru is to do. And then iku is to go. That one I remembered because of anime. I've heard that before. Alright, let's go again. And I might do this like, you know, like the next time that I stream, I might start with this verbs again and again and again, because I feel like if you know verbs, I think that makes a really big difference. So Tsukuru is to have? To make. I'm getting to have and to make mixed up. Iru is to be temporary. Miru is to see. Motsu is to have. Iku is to go. Aru is to be permanent. Ageru is to give. Iu. What is that? That's to say / tell. To say. Let's say to say. So my answer is correct. My code is not. So I'm the software engineer behind this app. So what I'm quickly gonna do is I'm gonna make this fix, right? Because that was not good. Ageru. I'm just trying to find, the correct part of the code. So I'm gonna search for to say tell. So we're in the correct file already. To say or tell. So we'll allow to say. We'll allow to tell. We'll allow to say or to tell. And we'll allow to tell say. I think that's reasonable, right? I think that's good enough. So if I now go here and push that change, fix ensuring verb1 quiz allows other correct answers. Push that. So that's now getting pushed to my development version. Sorry, this is a bit of a side, getting a bit sidetracked, but if I say git checkout prod, git merge development, git merge prod, push that. Now in about 2 or 3 minutes, this is no longer going to be an issue, right? Because it's completely unacceptable if a user puts in to say, and the answer is to say or tell. That should just be correct. Dekiru is to be able to. Wow, same issue. Suru is to do. So I thought I was done, but that was naive. To be able to. So I'm gonna say to be able to. To can, I mean, that's kind of nonsensical in English, so I'm not gonna accept that. To be able to, or to be able to, and then can in brackets. So we're gonna push that as well. Fix allowing more correct answers in verb1 quiz. Git checkout development, git merge prod. Close this. And now we'll just refresh the quiz. And go again. This is tsukuru, which is the same issue as before, right? We have tsukuru and we have motsu. And one of them means to make, and the other means to have. Tsukuru is to have. Okay. I need to find a way to remember this, right? Because this just keeps going on. Tsukuru and motsu. So motsu is not to make, because I know I'm getting those two mixed up, right? So if let's say I get motsu, then it's like, oh, is it to make or to have? Now motsu starts in an M, and make starts in an M, but it's not make, it's to have. Motsu is to have. So what I'm gonna do is like basically the two M's don't correspond, and then because of that, I can deduce the rest. It's a bit of a long-winded, convoluted way of remembering this, but it's gonna have to do. Suru is to do. Dekiru is to be able to. I'm gonna put can here just for now, because I'm not sure if it's been those 2 minutes yet. This is iku is to go. EU is to say, tell. Aru is to be temporary. No, permanent. Iku is, no, iru is to be temporary. Ageru is to, what is it? It's not to be able to, it's to give. Tsukuru. Now it's the time, right? So it is to make. Motsu is to have, and miru is to see. That's actually not bad. We got all 10. I think what I'll do is I will uncheck random ordering, and I'll do 5 more. And then because I've already had a previous stream today, I'm gonna stop after that. So the last 5, what are they? They are, if I swap the languages, they are, to eat is taberu. Remember that one from anime. It's gonna be okay. Taberu, I can do that. Shiru. It's gonna be hard to remember. This is hoshi. Hoshi. I think I remember that one from anime too. So hoshi should be okay. And this is kuru.
Kuru.
Might not remember that one. One thing I noticed is I said I was gonna do 5, but there are only 4 new ones. So let's add one more. To O is shina ke shikana shina ke re ba shikana re shina ke reba shikana reba shina ke reba
しなければ。しなければ。
shina ke reba shina ke reba.
しなければ。
Okay, I gotta try and say it in the same cadence. し
しなければ。
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 Okay. This is by far the longest verb so far. It's like it owes you some, like you owe it money. That's how I'm gonna remember it. And I'm gonna go straight into the quiz. I'm gonna refresh the page because that's then gonna load the newest update. And what I mean by that is I made a code change so that, for example, if we do Japanese to English, that when we have to do to be able to, we don't need to put the can in brackets. So I'm going to apply random ordering. I'm gonna go. So this is iru is to be temporary. Oku. What could that be? To place. Yobi. Do I have the correct list of what's going on? Oh, that's why. Okay, I was doing the whole like list of 25 words, which is a bit too much, right? Let's try that again. Shiru. Skip that one. Kuru is to make. And then this is to have. And this is hoshi, to want. This one, it's so long. It's shinakereba. It's the O. Suru is to see. To do. Miru is to see. Tageru. To give. Oh, taberu. Taberu. Silly. If I read that properly, could have got that one. Miru is to see. Iru is to be. Temporary. Oh. Gotta slow down. EU is something else completely. But aru is to be permanent. Ageru. Ageru. Is that to give? Iku is to go. Iru is to be temporary. Dekiru. To be able to. Kuru is kuru. To go? No. That's iku. So what is kuru? Question mark. To arrive. Shiru is also an idea. To know. Kuru. So if I know something, it's kuru. Kuru. It's tough. Let's go again. Reply random ordering. Shinakereba is to O. Ah, come on. To O. So this is hoshi. To want. To kuru is to make. Iku is to go. Shiru is to know. Cool, so we found another bug. To know should be an acceptable answer. To know. Push that to development. Fix. Ensuring correct user answer is considered correct. Bit of a silly message, but it gets the point across. Git checkout prod, git merge development. Push this. Cool. So the app should now sort that out. within 2 minutes when that bit of code is being pushed to the server. This is oku. To arrive? No, that's kuru. Question mark. To place. This is taberu, is to eat. This is mitsukeru. Mitsukeru. To help? To find. Let's take a step back for a moment. There we go. I was doing the quiz for all 25 words. That's a bit too much for now. This is iku is to go. To kuru is to make. Yobi. This is still not quite right. If I uncheck random ordering. Yeah, for some reason in the quiz it was showing yomu. How on earth could that be? I'll have to investigate that later, but what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to, just in a new tab, go to LingoCommand.com. Then I'm going to go to verbs, select words, and I'm going to select the first 15. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. Hide the unselected ones. Go to the quiz, swap the languages, apply random ordering, hiragana. Okay, so we've set our quiz. This EU, I always get it wrong. What is it? EU. Question mark. To say. Taberu is to eat. Hoshi is to want. Shiru is to know. So it's to know information. Okay. Aru is to be, and then permanent. Shinakeraba is to owe. Kuru is to what is it? To arrive. Okay. Tukuru is to make. Suru is to do. Dekiru is to be able to. Ageru is to give. Miru is to see. Motsu is to make. No, to have. Iru is to be temporary. And iku is to go. So there's just a couple that I keep getting wrong. Iu is to say. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shiru, shiteiru. I think I've heard like a conjugation, like a question is shiteiru something. Let's just actually check. Let's ask, do you know? Google Translate Japanese. Do you know? あなたは知っていますか? It's a little bit different than what I remember. Which makes sense because I don't really know Japanese yet. But in any case, shiru is to know. Kuru is to arrive. And then iu is to say. Let's just go again. We'll reapply random ordering. Iku is to go. Shinakereba is to owe. Hoshi is to want. Iu is to say. Kuru is to arrive. Iru is to be. Temporary. Aru is to be. Not temporary, but permanent. Dekiru is to be able to. Suru is to do. Motsu is to have. Tsukuru is to make. Taberu is to eat. Ageru is to give. Shiru is to know. To know information. And miru is to see. Fantastic. So we got 15 here. And I think that's a great place to stop for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to support the channel. That really allows me to continue to keep making videos like this, but also to keep developing this app. But yeah, thank you very much. See y'all next time.